Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new episode of My Hero Academia on Season 7 on Episode 17 or Episode 155. This episode right here was actually pretty nice and I'm looking forward to the next one and the ones after that. And depending on the situation, I believe we may get another season. With the way how it's going, I'm afraid we'll get another season, which could happen sometime possibly next year, because that's the way how it's going. Depending if Studio Bones tends to make one of the few last episodes like a big snuff movie, then who knows, So if anything else, let's just get the start right away, okay? We have to it that everything that we get to see a little flashback of where Lady Nagant wants to go help out Izuku Midoriya and Rocklock, I believe. I think that's the guy's name, the guy who looks African or something like that, decides to help Lady Nagant by giving her a locator to help Izuku Midoriya out, and that's when she showed up and manages to shoot off both of Shigaraki's hands, or all for one Shigaraki's hands. And we get to see in the Vestige world where Tomura Shigaraki manages to regain back control from All for One. He hidden his true self or core inside himself and take back control bit by bit, So that's when everything started to go into down south for All for One. As for Gentle Criminal, he's pretty much doing all he can to keep UA afloat, but with the help of Labrava, who manages to actually retake the levitation device, manages to reactivate the levitation devices. We get to see some business course students filming and recording, and Labrava decides to help him out with that and make sure Gentle Criminal and everyone else is watching carefully, and so forth. And we get to see that Kurogiri or something like that is going into a glitchy phase and ends up having to save Aizawa and Present Mike, but we don't really know if that is the case, and disappears right with them, and so forth. And we get to see freaking back into Gunga Villa, or wherever the location where All for One is at, is trying to make his escape here and there. And it looks like he killed Hawks, but that's not the case. It was Kami's illusion. We get to see the Shiketsu Hero Corps students arrive, along with the other guy who's the meatball user, and then of course Inasa, the wind controlling generator kind of guy, that kind of thing. We get to see that with Shiketsu High, they end up having to turn the tide a bit, where Gunga Villa whatsoever, etc. And now some strong winds, Inasa has more of the advantage of what to do here and there, etc. We get to see that everyone is doing their best to try to keep the Twice clones at bay and so forth, along with Inasa trying to help out. All for One makes a speech about how the Age of Darkness was his age, and Inasa's yeah, I heard about that, blah, 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 but I'm gonna support my all for Todoroki and freaking Endeavor, I want to see those two, make a future for society, etc., and so forth, so yeah. Anyways, as the episode continues on here and there, we get to see that All for One's using more quirks and causing more damage here and there, but what he doesn't realize is that Tokuyami shows up with Dark Shadow being very big and gigantic, like that of a giant titan whatsoever, which I shouldn't be saying that, but it's all because of the darkness that he manages to build up with some help, not to mention the clouds and all that is covering the sunlight, which allows him to use his quirk in more different ways than one, and we get to see that he remembers what All Might tells the class, about how All for One needs to touch you physically in order to steal your quirk whatsoever, And we got to see Dark Shadow with some help of Inasa's wind, giving him more offensive power, doing a lot of damage to All for One, manages to pummel All for One down to the ground without knowing what the result is, and so forth. Then we got to see a post-credit scene with Suyu-chan, Ochaku-chan, and Jiro-chan, they're trying to figure out where Toga is, and Suyu therefore explains to the two girls that there's a chance to actually stop her now, I mean, like, the way how her quirk works and how Ochako, like, explains to everyone, she could only use the quirks that of people she likes, you know? And at this point, she doesn't seem to be able to use the quirks of Dabi, Tomura, or All For One because she doesn't like him enough. She doesn't like All For One because she doesn't know him she doesn't know him well enough. As for Shigaraki, I don't know what her relationship is with him and her, but it's not very close. As for Dabi, it's not very close either. We don't really know why. I mean, like, when it came to Twice, I think that's the closest relationship why she's able to use his quirk, because we've seen that in certain seasons of how they interact with. So that's the only person she's able to, like, use the quirk with, you know? Other than that, like, I guess it's due to her possible psychological limitation, you know, or how her mental state of mind is, like, is not in the right state. Because the way how I look at it, we get to see Toga, you know, is wondering, like, why can't I use the quirks of, like, of Tomura and Toya. She says that she loves them and so forth, but that's not really the case, you know. And the fact that she's trying to transform one into All For One and use his quirks, that's not happening either. Because, you know, she doesn't know him well enough to love him. So I don't know why she decided to try to do that. And she says she tried to do this before, but it's unable to work. Not to mention, all the Twice clones end up saying, I'll annihilate the heroes, I'll annihilate the heroes, I'll annihilate the heroes, I'll kill everything, kill everything, kill everything. So it looks like to me it's her bloodlust is what's causing her to, like, not able to, like, use the quirks carefully or accurately, or I guess it's her bloodlust that's causing her not to remember anything right. Who knows? One thing's for certain is that, like, Toga, who's in the body of Twice, you know, she can't seem to use the quirk of Jin fully, because I think her bloodlust of, like, just creating clones and killing everybody is causing her to, like, not focus, I guess. Who knows? Anyways, looking forward to next episode, etc. And I hope it continues to be a good one. And depending on the situation, like I said, and repeating myself, like, there might be another season of My Hero Academia if it keeps continuing like this in its own proper pacing. Who knows? I don't know. Anyways, looking forward to the next episode. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye bye. Toot-ta-da!